Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ed Ryan, and I'm coming from Los Angeles. I've endured about 95 days and nights of gang stalking. Look it up, Google that term. It's a new one to most people. It's a method here done by a group of vigilantes, at least numbering about 300 to 500. These vigilantes essentially work for the sheriff's department, as far as I can tell. Who are they? They are dedicated, very religious church people who go to the mega churches here in LA. Many of them are cult-like churches, and they have campuses on the church grounds. And these include things like the Dream Factory, or the Dream Church, some Scientology, and some of the Korean churches too, known as by different various names. But the church people do a lot of the driving and pedestrian work for these vigilantes who go in and stalk homeless people. What do I mean by that? They pick a victim, so far basically homeless people, and they will get these rental cars, like 20 to 30 of them, that look just like some of the police undercover vehicles, very shiny and new, all with dark tinted windows, and they will very closely circle that homeless person as he walks from here to there in LA. They do a pattern driving, so he's always kept in a box, so to speak, and he can freak out very easily. When he does and calls for the police, they're like, "What are you talking about? You're crazy. There's nobody following you." And if he tries to hide, in come a pedestrian crew, dog walkers, baby pushers, skateboarders, to push him back out to this traffic. I had a friend. That's how I initially found about him. He threw a rock after 6 hours of this at a car, and he's doing 6 months for it. That's what they want you to do. Commit a crime against them, so they can immediately call the police and have you put in jail. Or snap psychologically and be put in a mental institution or suicide. That's what's been happening out here in LA. When I learned about this, I became a little bit vocal, and I was living as homeless with the homeless because I was writing and advocating for them. I was advocating for a city council assembly of 40 districts rather than what we have now. And the LAPD did not like that. Anyways, they came for me. See, I knew what they were about. And I had a strong background, not only as a writer, well-educated at UMass, political science, but also as an attorney. And so when they came for me, my goal was to unmask these people. I knew that it would take nothing less than having them on me for a long time so I could understand what they were doing, who they were, and really get to know this thing. And on we went. First night, April 25th, 2015. For 2 months we went at it. And then after 2 months, the police caught on that I was getting a lot of information. I was taking license plate numbers. I was doing a little bit of filming, not much, but I was starting to get a little dossier together. They started arresting me on frivolous charges. At that point, I regrouped and went back to New England for about 9 months. On May 15th, I flew out here secretly this year at night and came in living as a homeless person. 2 weeks later, around June 1st, they began to stalk me again. By that I mean circle me with cars and wherever I went. It was very intense. This time, though, it was much more professional and much more intense and bigger. Also, I noticed that the sheriffs had the drones going over my head and locating me. If I was able to get away from these people, like hide in a construction site or something for a few minutes, they couldn't find me, over my head would fly a drone. And that's how I figured out that the sheriff was involved, along with many other factors. There's been a lot of assaults. I've been assaulted 4 times throughout this month and a half, but I've got a lot of good footage to prove that this is not something that I'm making up. Because normally, if I was to go to the police and say, "Hey, look, I'm being followed by these 30 people every night," and they'd be like, "Dude, you're crazy. You need a psych exam. You're just making that up." I'm like, "Yeah, right." No, I think that's the first thing that has to be overturned here, is proving that. Well, in proving that, what did I find? I found that LA has a secret society that's very big. What is this secret society? I call it the Vigilantes. Basically, it's about, again, 300 to 500 people. Who are these people? A lot of them are very ultra-religious people from the mega churches. Immigrants who can barely speak English, but will do whatever they're told. Almost cult-like. You have mega churches out here that can instill that in some of these people. Churches I mentioned in some of the videos. Again, in a lot of videos I narrate, and you're going to learn a lot more. Also, the The actors include some of the county workers and ex-workers, a lot of county departments, along with the sheriff's department, cooperate in this ongoing scam of telling people that they're imagining things. And all of a sudden you see a big group of people who are in this con. Not only on these people that are getting gang stalked, but all across the whole county. People don't know that, hey, there's 300 to 500 people out there, maybe more, who are working for the sheriff and pulling this big con job about whether things are real or not. That's not good when you get to in law enforcement. For me, they have decided not to protect me at all during this month and a half, 2 months when I've been getting this information. They know that I want to sue the sheriff for violation of my civil rights because I believe that he's 100% behind this and knows about it. But there's also churches that know about it. There's also the suppliers of the cars that know about it. And there's the people themselves. So there's going to be a RICO civil federal law case filed by myself. I'm going to try to bring this all to a head. But before that, I filed these videos on YouTube so that the general public can take a look for themselves. Am I a crazy man who's not? Who you might think so by some of the narrations here, but I think if you look closely at everything here, you're gonna see that there is something going on. There is an organized effort. Look at the cars. Look at how they all seem. They all have the dark tinted windows, in these things. I'm not looking for you to prejudice you in looking at this. I'm actually hoping that I can get a good, fair sample from the public. But they're also best protected up there on the web. And finally, if you would like to contact me, my name is Ed Ryan, and I can be reached at edryan2468@hotmail.com. That's if you want to assist me or have any comments. Yes, edryan2468@hotmail.com, and that is all small letters. So for now, I don't think I have much more to say. I asked for a little bit of understanding. These are very amateurly done tapes. I've never done this before, but it's the best I could under the circumstances I had. You probably see these things getting better and better. I am firmly dedicated to ending this thing going on in LA, because I think it's the beginning of fascism. When you have basically a police state, police calling the shots. And they came at me, I was a political advocate a year and a half ago, and I was advocating for a change of the city council to a council assembly of 40 districts like New York and Chicago have. That change, LAPD did not want. They have a very cozy relationship with the councilors now. Everybody makes a lot of money. Councilors get paid $160,000. The police chief here gets paid $325,000. Change of having a real local democracy run the show was not something they were looking for. So a week after I came out with that on YouTube, a year ago, they started stalking, along with other things. But to me, when you have a police apparatus trying to shut down political advocacy, especially at a local level, it's time to stand up. So that's why I stood up. Hope you enjoy. And again, Ed Ryan from LA.